Oh my, time disappeared. 7.
Is it?
My watch says 7. Did you push it a long time ago, or you're such a boob? You are a fart sprinkle.
All right.
Hey everybody, welcome back to Kimball's Corner. You guys aren't fart sprinkles, Rocky is. Today we're gonna be doing some coloring book funness. I'm gonna be using some Ohuhu markers and colored pencils. I like to do the Ohuhus to lay down a nice foundation.
I'm sorry. I'm going to need to turn the volume down on that because I can't hear anything you're saying now. There we go. That's better. Darling, hold your hand! And let's go ahead and skip that ad. Okay, go.
Oh my god, back to me. Anyway, so I'm going to lay down a nice little foundation with the Ohuhus in this coloring book.
Eric says, hello, Kimball, Angel Kimball, and Devil Rocky.
Oh, hello. I see you've seen the art.
He just knows us.
Yes, that will be what we're coloring in.
She looks like she's having a great day.
Yeah.
Autumn vibes.
Mm-hmm. And I'm going to be coloring, well, it's October. I do autumn vibes mostly for November, but I like autumn vibes more than spooky vibes. And it's full of zodiac signs, and today I'm going to color the Aries one. They have three different versions for each zodiac. They show like one random picture, like, okay, I'm Libra, so for mine it shows the scales. And then it shows like a male with something to do with Libra, and then a female, something to do with Libra.
Let's keep in mind, I'm an Aries, that's why he's doing it, and we're on the opposite sides of the zodiac. So if you guys have seen our videos, then you know why. It's funny. Anyway.
I know, it's hilarious.
All right. Carrie says, hi, boys.
Hi.
And Eric says, I'm back. Missed me?
Yes, of course. I did do colors. Some people just get very upset when I don't say what colors I'm using.
They get you guys. They're coming for Kimball.
One person at least, I tell you, they lay it down. They're like, "Why don't you do any colors?" And I'm all, "Oh, I don't know." So, this is my color test page.
Let me see. Okay.
This one isn't terribly important, but this is how I figure out what colors I want to use. I know, exciting, right? Put that aside. And then this is the actual page.
Fa la la la. You're really mixing the seasons right now, Kimball. I'm confused.
Yeah, well, aren't we all? And I learned, so this thingy right here, this is not absorbent.
It's like it's like a plastic. It almost reminds me of like baking paper.
Yeah, like those baking. Yeah. Like a silicone.
Is it the same thing?
No, this is more like that.
Okay.
Anyway,
you get the idea.
Don't put it in the oven, people. So I was doing my testing colors on that. And then I would like move the paper and there was like these weird smears happening. And I'm like, what the hell's going on? Well, it wasn't absorbing into that. So the ink was building up into beads onto that. So when I moved it, it would like bleed. So I just stuck like a piece of paper behind. So it'll absorb into that, hopefully enough to where it's not going to like gush around. Not that it really matters. I mean, it's going to be in place. I've never used markers in this book. I don't know if it's going to work. It probably will. I don't know.
Robin says, hello, lovely lads. It's your grumpy, grampy Robin.
Hey, Robin.
And then Eric says, Robin says, Eric, I missed you. Were you tangled up in yarn? Christine says, hi to both of you.
Hello to you.
Lori says, hello, everyone.
Hiya.
And then Maury says, OMG, it's the Thrift Raiders. And then Trisha says, hi from the kitchen. I'm cooking up some strawberries to make sauce. Yes, I missed you, Eric. Elizabeth says, hi. Eric says, hi. Toadstool, no, was outside doing naughty things. There you go. Mike Nelson says,
sup?
And then Maurice says, weird smears, good band name. And then Eric says, undies are ship away to Rocky. We're caught up.
I hope your undies don't get weird smears.
I hope that no one else from my work opens them, like thinking it's props for the studio and is like, what's this?
It's for that new cooking segment.
Anyway. Okay.
Okay, so, yeah, I'm a little intimidated. I don't know if I'm going to finish it in one go. We'll see. I should probably get started, though, because I'm a bit slow when it comes to the coloring books.
Kimball also doesn't know if the materials he's using will actually work with this paper because did he test it beforehand?
Well, yes. Did I? Was it in this book?
Did you?
I did. See, look. This side I painted with matte medium to see the differences, because if you do matte medium, it's not going to bleed through. And then this is just on the plain paper, and I was testing different products. This is a long time ago, by the way. Like when I first got the book, like 2 years ago.
Did it bleed through?
Well, the back side's black, so I don't really know.
Good job.
I mean, some of it did bleed through, or it ghosted. It didn't bleed through the next page, though, but I don't know if I had something, protecting it.
Maurice wants to know, is that Molly Mo Tea Leaf from Critical Role? Is it this character here, maybe?
Sorry, what?
Molly Tea Leaf. I don't know. From Critical Role. What is that an anime?
So probably not,
We
because we don't know what that is. No, this is just this is a Dark Zodiac book with Dark Zodiacs, and we're coloring a dude, Ram Aries guy.
Robin says you need squirmy pants to do your squirmy dance.
Oh my god.
You don't really need Kimball. You can do a squirmy dance right now without them. Go ahead.
No, we gotta get to this.
Okay,
This is gonna
fine.
take a long time. And if you've seen the vlog, you've seen me squirm into pants. Oh my god, it was like trying to put toothpaste back in the tube. It was ridiculous.
Okay, I'm gonna go top down here. I'll catch up on comments in a bit.
Top
Take your
down,
seasick pills.
top off, whatever.
It's all the same.
Ugh, and my psoriasis is acting up. We hate it.
It's just that time of year. It's the most wonderful time of the year.
I think it's my body was like, oh, people think you have nice hands. Let's just mess that up. Is that good? Are we good?
I think so.
Are we good?
Why
Are
not?
we good? Are we good? It looks on an angle, but are we good?
It is, because otherwise it's going to come right down your face.
Well,
is that fine by you?
We're good.
Okay.
We're good. Yeah, we're good.
It looks great. Look at that.
Okay, so I don't remember. I did write down what colors I was doing what. Am I nervous installing? Absolutely. Let's start with the skin, I guess. I'm going to do a lot of extra coloring with colored pencils, like blushes and a little bit of shading. So I'm just using some kind of boring skin tones, which are YR9, R26, R29, and these are all Ohuhu.
Robin says, I wish you'd kept those squirmy red tight pants. Ooh la la.
Oh my god. Those were like, wow. I love how in the beginning of that vlog, Rocky's like, now we got to make sure that the clothing we get for each other fits. And I was like, yeah. So everything he bought me except for the shirt did not fit properly, but we made it work somehow.
It was fine. The jacket fits.
I said most.
It was just the pants.
All right. So, well, both pants.
Yeah,
Well, I guess the red
for
ones
you.
were for you.
It was just pants for you. Calm down.
So I'm going to color everything with the lightest color of his skin and then come back in with the shading. And we're going to hope that it all turns out.
Maurice says, if you're not into CR, you don't know about the Molly Mo tea leaf. What is CR? Critical Role.
Critical Role.
We don't know. Is it a game? Is it an anime? Is it a comic? What is it?
Is it a bee?
Is it a bee? Leslie says, hi, boys. Hope you had a good weekend.
Yeah, it was pretty good. Can't complain.
I just took a 2-hour nap.
Better than a 3-hour tour.
My body's like, I don't even know what to do with you, bro.
Yeah.
Yeah.
We were supposed to film a vlog, but someone was tired.
Oh my god, yeah, we were gonna film making dinner. Doing that stuff, and then I fell asleep, and Kimmel came in at 4:30 and was like, hey, you ready to do that? I was like, just laid there and didn't speak. And he's like, maybe we'll do that a different day.
I'm okay. I'll let you sleep for another hour. And I just walked away.
It'll be fine. Oh, it's a character in a D&D live game.
Oh.
That's where it sounds familiar from. I've heard of Critical Role before.
Have you?
Eric says, don't make it too hard for the Americans, LOL. He could be talking about so many things. Maurice says, I hope the boys recovered Kimball.
I mean.
What's that?
What?
Remember when I was like, what's that? Your boys. Because
yes.
you said every time you moved, they were like repositioned.
Oh my god, yes. Scrambling my eggs. It was not great.
Well, at least they were a great color. That's what Lori says. Eric says, very spooky.
I thought so.
Toadstool Tarot says, Robin says, R2D2 will just roll colors around on your page. And then Eric says, yeah, Kimball, your undies were super.
Oh, why thank you.
They were cute undies. Where were those from?
My floral ones?
Yeah.
I don't know if I ordered them or if I bought them at the shop.
It was either in Brighton, in Paris, or online. We don't know.
Yeah, I have no idea.
Robin says, Rocky, did you do your push-ups today? Can't do them on the floor. Do them on a door. I'm 72 after all. If I get down on the floor, I need help to get back up. I actually did my push-ups. I do them on Saturdays. And then
did.
I don't typically work out on Sunday just because usually I'm working all day, but I don't think I do. I think I work out like Monday, Wednesday, and Saturday typically. But I don't know, it's kind of flexible depending on if I'm in the studio. When did you work out, Kimball?
Well, I do the treadmill every day, and I would say every other day. I just do light weights. I don't go ham like Rocky.
John Hamm.
Not John Ham. Markers are so deceiving because the paper is wet and it looks so dark and gray, and then it dries and it gets so much brighter.
Mm-hmm. I would feel anxious using them because they always seem splotchy until they sit for a while and then they kind of like even out a bit.
I mean, I'm not that great with them, so they are a little splotchy. But that's okay. I still have to do like other colors over this one.
Eric says, "Ooh la la, Paris très chic."
I do love Paris. But I think New York will always hold my heart as my favorite city.
I don't know. I don't know which city I like better.
Well, I like skyscrapers, which is like something that I've always liked. But I do love like history and like the older architecture and stuff. Although I do hate the streets. Love walking on them, hate driving on them. They go every which direction.
Okay, we'll get so anxious when I'm driving in Paris.
Really, anywhere.
Or New York. I love driving in those cities, though. Anything goes.
Let's see. So I need the darkest to lightest. This will be interesting. I try to work fast. I don't know how some people can like let the markers dry and like make them bleed properly. Like I can never get it to do that. So
what does that mean? You just have to like work really quickly?
Yeah. For me, I don't. Other people seem to manage it just fine.
I was checking my work. Basically, every Sunday night, I open up my Outlook app and I look to see like what meetings are happening tomorrow. And I totally forgot I have this like meeting with this brand I'm working with, and I have to present all of their finished Christmas content, and it's not done. And I already worked all weekend to get this other campaign done. I was sitting there like, no, why? And so yeah, basically after this, I'm gonna work on that.
Which is another reason that we kind of need to make this not be too long.
Yeah, that's why I brought it up. Sorry. I just tried to make it about me. That was all.
That's fine.
I'm going to shift the attention away from you, Kimball. It's your channel after all.
That's fine.
We always say it's like Kimball's channel and my channel. And I'm like, really? Is it any of our channels? Isn't it just both our channels?
Yeah, but it's easier to like think about it like the one you started, the one I started.
I haven't watched our first vlog. I don't even know if I've watched it since it came out. I'm very excited to watch it like after we've been up for a year just to like see how it is, if it's any different.
I can't imagine it'd be too different.
It might be different in the respect that I had more time to make them, so I probably was putting more like random crap in them. But I don't know if that's even possible. Maurice says, "Have you two been to Turin?"
Turin the city. That does sound familiar. Have we?
I think it's in France, Turin, France, isn't it?
And I think I pronounced it Turin.
I gotta look it up because I think it was a place we had on a list to visit.
But obviously, no, since we can't say that we have.
Or no, Italy. One second.
Oh no, that is right. That is right.
I think this might have been one of the cities we were planning to. Let me just double check though, because we did a big Italian trip in 2019, right before Coca 19.
Yeah, what the hell happened here? Let's see. Now, did I?
Yeah, I think we were thinking about going there. When it was going to be after Lake Como, we were going to go down to Turin and down to Genoa.
Sounds like something
we never went though. Why do you ask? And then Robin said, Maurice says it's close to Milan, and then Robin says, have you been to Turin? It's a bit more snug than a hot tub. And then Eric says they are both crazy gay boys channels. Turin is in Italy. Maurice was just there after Nice. Oh, lovely. How was it? What do you recommend? We're always down for more recommendations for cities. Just need more money to go visit them, that's all.
That's all.
Where's my unlimited budget for travel?
Seriously. This is so confusing with like it turning gray. I'm like, what's it gonna look like?
All I can say is whatever it's going to look like is how you intended it.
Absolutely. It's fine though. I have to remind myself this is just the base.
Maurice says people in Turin are not as warm and there are less cutesy stores.
Oh. I don't see myself going there then.
But it's got to be interesting looking because you can probably see all the mountains from there, I'm assuming. Because it's like nestled up against like the same mountains that come down through Switzerland into like Nice and stuff, like all those big tall mountains.
The Alps?
Yeah, thank you.
The Maritime Alps or whatever.
What's it name? Robin says, when you guys go on your little video, Johns, you need to shake a tin cup and gather some tips for your trips. I'm sure people would be into it.
Absolutely.
Help support our YouTube. They'd be like, get the hell out of here.
You don't know us, but support us.
It's a really important cause.
Oh my god. Better my education through pastries and coffee.
Trisha says the coloring looks fine from here.
That's good. Because here it's looking a little wonk.
It's somehow going through the digital line and ending up at Trisha's house looking great. So that's all that matters.
That is all that matters.
Maurice says, but I did like it because of the museums and good shops. And you can see the Alps from the city.
Does it sound lovely?
Eric is recommending that we go to Derby, smallest city in the world. It's in Belgium. Derby, it just sounds so cute. Reminds me of the race car derbies that we used to do in Boy Scouts.
Oh, yeah.
Excuse me.
This is difficult to tell.
Lori says, meanwhile, while you travel, I'm stuck in Ohio.
Ohio.
Robin says, yes, money in the cup, and we'll announce your name on a video and a thank you. Exactly. I'm sure everyone wants to be announced on a random person's video. Hey, can we just say your name on a video and give us money? Can you imagine? Like, the things that seem like totally fine to do in a video, like in reality, just puts people off so much.
You don't know. They might love it. All right. This blue I got for these background flames.
Well, Elizabeth says she's just going to trust the process that's happening.
That means it looks like crap right now.
No. There's always a scary... Kimball always has scary phase.
Not just talking about my morning routine.
Maurice just gave you €5 for 4 pastries and coffee educational purposes, Kimball.
Thank you.
Thanks, Maurice.
That is very sweet of
My Maurice.
I shall spend it wisely.
What we need to do is we need to figure... Kimball and I have been so not on top of it. We need to figure out a better way, if people like want to support our channels, for them to be able to do that, because YouTube takes 50% of whatever is sent. Like, so if
I
you
don't
guys
think it's 50. I think it's like 35 or something.
It's a lot. So we need to figure something out so that it's easier for people.
Well, I used to load up my give me a coffee or buy me a coffee thing.
Yeah.
But nobody ever used it, so I stopped doing it.
Maybe it's just because like it's an extra thing people have to do.
I know. Well, I mean, I did like a little poll and people said that's what I should do. And nothing came of it, so I just stopped.
Oh, what is that story?
I know. I'm single
just
tear.
in time for the holidays.
Oh my god.
Robin says, Eric, how small is it? One step in and you're out again. And then Eric says it's just 400 residents. Wow, that is very small.
You sneeze and the whole town says bless you. Okay, let's... Oof, this is going to be like nerve-wracking.
Maurice says, I never worry about Kimball's work because even if he stumbles, we get to see the most beautiful hands in the UK.
Thank you. Except for that blemish right there. We'll let it slide.
Elizabeth says Patreon, maybe?
We do have a Patreon.
We do have a Patreon.
All right.
Oh, speaking of, I need to post on Patreon today.
What are you going to post?
There's so much to do, Kimball.
I know, and here you are dilly-dallying.
Totally. We have a very autumn-y video coming next week. I mean, hopefully it comes next week. So if you guys are in the autumn vibes, I feel like if next year when we do autumn, we have to do it like right at the cusp of October, like at the beginning.
But see, for me, autumn is November.
Is it?
Yeah.
Okay, well maybe we're good then. Because I mean the leaves hadn't even changed when we filmed that, so it's like
Yeah, so I'm not worried about it.
it's so interesting here because I'm in the U.S. I'm very used to autumn taking about 3 weeks or so for the leaves to change and stuff to happen, and I feel like in the UK it happens super quick. I don't know if it's because of the type of trees or the weather or what, but it just is like it's like an avocado going ripe.
It's like, and we're done.
Maurice says autumn is when pumpkin spice starts, so end of July.
That is very true, actually.
Elizabeth says, I'd say if you can just post on YouTube more often, it will grow the channel and then pay more from.
You got that, Rocky?
What do you mean on Kimball's channel? On this channel? Kimball, you can post more on this channel. You can just do a video every day. You know how well that works.
Yeah, that never works for me. I used to do like the 30-day challenges. I would post a video every day for 30 days.
People just had too much of you. They were done. They were like, that's too much, Kimball.
That's the vibe I got.
It's too much beauty.
I was like, well, that was a whole lot of work, and it really messed up the algorithm for my channel.
Our dream, you guys, get ready. Okay, here's the dream.
Haven't we told the dream like every time we're on?
The dream is to do YouTube full time and like whatever digital life versions and like not work in corporate world or whatever. So eventually, like once we get to the stage where we say, okay, this is what we're gonna do. Who cares about insurance? Who cares about having an income? Then we'll probably post like twice a week or so, like probably on a Wednesday and then on a Saturday. So I don't know when that will happen, but I'm putting it out there in the universe that it's going to happen at some point soon.
It's gonna happen.
We shall see. I'm just having too much fun doing it. I'm like, I just want more.
More.
I want less of the annoying things and more of the fun things in my life.
I think most people are like that.
I'm sure. Eric says, and the smallest village in Belgium is, I don't even know how to pronounce that, Zotenai? I'm sure I butchered that. Good luck with its name, Rocky. Thank you. And there are 27 residents and 2 streets.
Well, God, if you get lost in that town, I feel sorry for you.
There's got to be some really small villages in Italy, like some of those old hill towns that are mostly abandoned.
I'm sure.
I'm sure there's some of those that have like 1 or 2 people there.
1 or 2?
Yeah, I remember we watched a vlog about someone, and there was one guy that lives there and takes care of all like the properties that are kind of dilapidated.
Possibly.
Robin says, keep dreaming, boys. And then Elizabeth says, no, not every day. That's too much for Kimball, but regular and often enough. Maurice says, Kimball's Memo-rama. And Eric says, we try to make your dream come true.
We appreciate that.
We do.
All right. Now
more than you know, actually.
Put all the colors back in order and start on different flames.
Robin says, whenever I tried to make creative income plans, it never panned out for me. I've just gave up, and now I do it for the joy of it without the marketing. I was never good at that.
Yeah, I'm definitely not a business person. I feel like I could be very well-to-do if I actually knew how to do anything businessy. Like doing my art for...
Define well-to-do. You mean like financially?
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Like,
because I think you're well-to-do in so many departments.
Well, yeah, but I think I can make a pretty penny, as they say, if I actually knew how to sell myself.
I think a lot of creative people are that way, though. I think a lot of people struggle with it. That's why they need like managers or people to help guide them, because hopefully they find the right people too. But yeah. It's hard because the creative mind and the analytic mind are not always in sync.
Ain't that the truth?
Maurice says, fascinating how you can see what colors work well.
Yeah. I mean, I did have to do a few color tests.
Robin says, I could always do creative on multiple levels, but I was always lousy at selling myself.
We just aren't good hookers, I tell ya.
Well, maybe, depends on what you're doing, I guess.
True.
Eric says, Zaltune in English is, salty sewing.
Salty sewing.
Salty sewing. Interesting. That's like, is that what it translates to? That's what the name means, maybe.
Yeah.
How random. I'm down. I want to live in salty sewing.
Starting over again with the colors. Nervous about that part because I can't go too fast around him. So maybe I'll... Let's see.
The one thing I'll say about markers is like it happens a lot faster than other medium just because it's so much easier to spread it out. Like colored pencils take quite a while.
Right.
Watercolors, I guess, are good too.
Yeah, but they don't work so well in this book.
No, I feel like the paper would just be like, me.
Yeah.
Lori says, I keep wanting to actually get my channel going, but I'm scared.
Dude, I feel you, but I mean, may as well start and just learn as you go.
I'm sure everyone's heard this advice before, but if you don't start, you definitely won't get anything done.
That is
I think
very
a lot
true.
of artists fail to start a lot. Whether it's like making a comic book, whether it's doing a coloring book.
I don't know what you're talking about.
Doing anything.
Why do you look at me when you say that?
I'm just looking your way anyway because you're drawing and you're the focus of this channel.
Okay. As long as there's no hidden meaning behind that look.
No, it has nothing to do with you. But I mean, I always go into things with the notion of if it fails, it's going to be okay. And then that takes a lot of pressure off me. So if I don't assume something's going to fail, but I just say, in my mind, I play out the circumstance and I like visualize it. Okay, if it fails, what does that actually mean? How do I, what is that really, how does it really affect me? Does it really mean anything about my talent? And then usually the answer is no, and I just keep going.
Usually, what if the answer is yes?
I feel like people who are successful have just failed a lot more than other people. Oh my god, is that a quote?
You're so good at trying. What was that from?
I don't remember. I was trying to think of it. I don't know.
I don't know, but it's funny.
Bum, 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 bum.
The hell is that?
I don't know. I just started singing.
Is that singing?
It's a melody, Kimball. It could be a song. You never know.
Okay, all right, come down.
That's how most of my songs start. Is like it just pops into my head, and I'm like, oh well, there's a song, and then I have to like record it on my phone, and then like sometime 2 years from now I'll record it.
Speaking of music, 17's new album comes out tomorrow.
But we don't know if it comes out at 8 or 9 a.m., and I have a meeting at 9.
Well, that's the music video.
Either way.
But I'll wait for you, my love.
Okay, so I missed a few comments here. Let me see. Maurice says, it would be nice to see both of you do the same drawing.
That's like saying, it'd be nice to see us make the same song. Like, I don't do music, and Rocky doesn't really do art.
I mean, I can get the appeal, though, because I actually would think it would be amusing to see what kind of song you would come up with.
No, I don't even know how to use the program.
The program?
My brain is what I'm talking about. Rocky's done we've done some art together.
Yeah.
Like 3 or 4 times.
I just don't want to outshine Kimball, that's the thing.
Mm-hmm.
I don't want to, like...
And baby, I appreciate that because...
Yeah.
It's my channel. I should be the star.
Maurice basically wants to watch them side by side. I think there is definitely...
There's one where we do watercolors together, and there's one where we do... I don't remember her name.
Kimball...
And then I
tried... Are you going to find the link and post it later, or what?
No.
No, he's not. And Carrie says, you could always put on those burgundy pants and get out there and make a buck.
Oh my god, people pay me to change.
Dude, if you wore those pants out to, like, the market or whatever on Wednesday or something and start dancing like that... I want to know if people would like be interested or just like move their children away from you.
I can go dance next to that guy that quote unquote sings.
Oh yeah, totally. They would just think you guys are part of the same thing.
Probably. And then he'd get upset because I'd be still in his thunder.
Elizabeth says, I started my coloring Oh, I'm sorry. I started bicoloring and posting on Instagram.
Mm.
That's where I am now in my journey. I figured just do something.
Yeah, that's a good start. That's kind of what my Instagram turned into, is more of an art Instagram rather than like selfies and stuff. Or when I travel, I do a lot of travel pictures.
I think for creative people, it's important for many of them, not for everyone, but I think for a lot of them, it's important to find communities who appreciate what you're doing so that you can get some kind of validation because you need some kind of a fuel to keep yourself going. And it's like you need someone other than like a family or friend to tell you that what you're doing is like interesting in some way sometimes.
I feel like
If you're
that.
having trouble believing it yourself. Do you know what I mean? Like,
It definitely helps to have encouragement, motivation. Just getting likes and subscribes really does motivate me.
I don't think it's the reason people should do art, but I think it can definitely help.
Well, it's not the reason I do art, because I do a lot of art outside of this, but
Right.
yeah, it definitely helps me want to keep creating publicly. Because, like, in high school, I didn't even like it when other students watched me color or draw. Like, I was like, go away. Like, people, like, looking over my shoulders. Oh, unnerving.
Eric says, have some crazy fabric for Kimball new trousers, pink flamingos with red roses.
Honey, do you know who I am? I don't know if I'll wear that. Definitely for a vlog, sure. Out in public, I don't know.
SK says, very good advice. Robin says, I'm a pessimistic optimist. I prepare for the worst, and every day's a celebration because it's never that bad. That's true.
I mean, that's me in everything I do in my life. Before this live, I was like, oh my god, is it going to be a complete failure? I don't know. Let's do it and find out.
That's every Sunday for you.
I know. My hands are still kind of cold because it's markers. I'm nervous.
I bet your stress level is on this like clock, where as you approach Sunday, it
Let's
builds
check my
up and
heart.
builds up. And then right after the live, you're like reset for the week.
Yeah. It's not bad. We're at 86, 82 beats per minute.
That's
81.
20 more than normal. It's not bad.
Yeah, my normal's 60. I tell you though, take me to the airport. It's at 95 in no time. All right. Let's start on the hair.
Robin says Kimball never criticize a song lyric that goes bomb da bomb 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 da bomb 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 da bomb bomb bomb. It's catchy.
You know, it is catchy, especially if you don't speak the language. It's nice to be able to sing along with parts of a song.
It's universal. It's global.
Right.
He also says, when you returned the burgundy pants to the charity shop, did they make you put them on and wiggle around in them to prove they were marked the wrong size?
No, I went up to her with a cute little smirk on my face and I was like, these were marked incorrectly.
We could have just gone in and said there was a tarantula on them, and she would have taken them back. It didn't really matter the reason.
She didn't care.
But that would have been interesting. I would have fully supported the shop lady if she made you do that. I'd be like, Kimball, could you show her, please? And I would have got my camera out and filmed it.
Oh my god. That would have been like the 20-second bonus at the end.
Christine says, it's just relaxing watching Kimball color.
Oh, thanks.
I'm assuming you're going to have to turn the volume down to make it relaxing, because I talk way too much for it to be relaxing.
It's so funny how it relaxes people, but I'm like totally stressed out. I'm like, oh my god, is it going to work? Is it going to look good?
I think that's just part of what makes you charming, Kimball.
Oh,
You're so real.
Well, I always feel it always feels like I don't want to waste people's time. So if something doesn't turn out or look good, I feel bad.
And I don't know. If you're watching someone and it doesn't turn out, do you feel...
I think they are trash.
Yeah, totally.
I let them know it. No, obviously not, but...
You should put the same pressure on yourself that you put on other people.
What I think it is I think I put pressure on myself because a lot of people want me to do tutorials. And I don't want to do an official tutorial because I've never done I didn't go to school for art or anything. So I don't know any of the...
you are nothing.
Well, I don't know like any technical terms or anything. I know what I like to do. But...
I mean, most people are going to learn from observing, regardless of what you're saying. So...
Yeah.
You don't need to know all the terms. You just need to deliver results.
Well, and I don't know, I'm doing this because I think the colors are pretty together. That's not helpful for people. And I mean, some of them are complementary.
Well, that's helpful for people. What do you mean?
Well...
That tells me, get out of your head and just use whatever colors you want in the moment, and then keep experimenting until you find what works for you. Because I'll tell you what, all of the artists who are super successful are there because of experience. It's not because of talent.
No, it's because some rich person said they were amazing and they bought their painting and then everyone else bought their painting.
Well, no, just even like current artists. It's like most of the artists who are like fabulous at what they do is because they do it so much.
Yeah, that's true.
Like they've done it so much that they figure out what they like. and they haven't let fear get in the way of like stopping them from like creating a ton. And like it's just the people who have done it a lot.
I wonder how many of them went to school though.
I don't know.
Because that would help with confidence. Because like you're forced to talk to people, you're forced to talk about your artwork.
Yeah. I don't know. To me, creativity is more about passion than it is about talent, because passion is what drives people to keep doing it over and over and over and over again, regardless of the result.
Yeah.
And it's those people who keep doing it over and over and over again that build up the technical expertise and the skill and the technique and all this stuff anyway.
You're very passionate about
I
what you're
am. I'm
saying.
passionate about a lot of things, which is why I know how to do
You're
a lot
making
of
my
things
pits
random.
sweat. Can you calm down? All right. I'm going
to... Okay. We've got a few comments. Let me see here.
I'm sure we do. They're like, can you guys stop with the domestic?
I don't think we've ever had a domestic.
No, we haven't.
Lori says, mine basically would be following my art journey while being chronically ill. Oh, the fun. But see, that's the thing. I think like a lot of people would actually find that really interesting. I think you should do it.
I am very grateful that I'm not chronically ill, because I can't even imagine what that is like. And I just hear, like, when people are like, I didn't know I was in constant pain. I'm like, what do you mean? Like, you shouldn't feel anything. They're like, oh no, I feel pain. I'm like, oh my God.
My mother growing up was in constant pain, like my entire life.
Well, she had you as a child.
I know. I mean, it makes sense. But it wasn't until in more recent years she, realized a lot for her, a lot of it was her diet, and she was able to remedy a lot of it. But
Yeah,
to be in pain constantly, I just can't.
Her body's like, I don't like anything.
Like when Kimball and I say the things we're thankful for, it's like our health for sure.
Oh, yeah.
Like regardless of whatever life situation or like whatever we have to complain about in the moment, is like nothing.
Well, for you maybe. For me, it's everything.
Robin says, Kimball, how bad can it get? You've got Rocky there to support you. Exactly, Kimball. Just calm down.
Well, he's working all the time.
That's true.
I feel abandoned.
Oh my God, dramatic.
I know, right?
Eric says, just go crazy, Kimball. All the rest is boring.
All right.
A view with is a view says, hey, Kimball's Corner. Hey, chat.
You. Can you imagine if somebody was named Chat?
That'd be a cute name, Chat. I like that.
We're not naming anyone Chat.
Oh, okay. Maurice says, your hands exude calm and confidence.
Why, thank you. My hands are a lie.
My life is a lie. What is that from?
My life is a lie. I don't remember.
Are we at that age now? We're just not going to remember anything.
Basically.
We're going to tell the same stories 3 times and not remember anything.
Well, that's why we tell it so many times, because we don't remember it.
Maurice says, unlike those pants, no pressure.
Oh my God. So much pressure on those pants, I tell you.
Eric says, don't waste our time, otherwise I don't watching it.
No. Oh God. It's
Elizabeth, that's the thing too, is like, I feel the interesting thing about YouTube and any digital channels is like people get on and start doing a specific thing, and then they always get scared to change it once they have like some kind of audience. And so they like restrict everything they're doing creatively to that one thing they were doing, and just completely abandon any exploration because of the audience they have.
I mean, I never did coloring books until one day I was like, I'm just going to do a coloring book. And now my top 10 videos for the past like year are all coloring books. Which I think is good, because like a lot of people don't really like to draw, they just like to color. So I'm like, all right, cool. Let's do this. It's still art to me.
But all that to say, basically, Kimball and I don't ever really plan on changing what we want to do creatively because of the folks that are following. So if we ever decide to change it up or whatever, we hope everyone comes along, but like we're going to live our lives basically and do what we want to do, because we only get one shot.
Yeah. Unless somebody pays me a lot of money, I'm okay with selling.
Oh yeah, if there's money, it's fine. Yeah.
I'll sell out a little bit. I don't mind.
We just change our tune real quick. Oh yeah, if there's money involved, we'll do whatever. We'll do whatever. Elizabeth says, I think it's okay if it doesn't turn out. Failing is part of the process. Exactly.
I mean, I'm fine with that when I'm, at home doing my own thing. I'm okay with it on here, because, I mean, you're right, it does happen. But I just don't want it to.
Well, of course.
I think it's funny, like, a lot of times
Too bad.
people will be like, oh my god, it's like you never have an ugly piece to post. I'm like, well, it's because I don't post them. I'm not going to share the uglies.
Robin says, Kimball, you're real and that's entertaining. Not every work by the old masters was a masterpiece. So true. We're real people, and we appreciate real people making things accessible to our own foibles. Foibles?
Look at you and the big words.
What's a foible? I don't even know that word. I have to look it up now. Do you know foible? I'm sorry, I get excited about weird things, guys.
I've heard of it.
Foible. A minor weakness or eccentricity in someone's character. Or in fencing, it's the part of a sword blade made from the middle of the point.
Oh, well, learn something new every day.
Foible, that's a fun word. Just a foible. Isn't that just fun to say?
Foible. It sounds like a strange sport. Or like, don't
Everyone hit the foible court.
don't foible the ball.
I like fumble.
Yeah. But it's foible. It's fumble with an accent.
Lori says, LOL, pain all the time.
Oh, that's not funny. As I laugh.
Robin says, when she pushed you out like a kidney stone, she screamed, ow, that was Rocky. Oh my god. It probably, well, I mean, my mom didn't push anything out because I won't get into details. They cut me out of that woman. There was no other option.
Yeah.
Lori says, I just need to learn to film and things and what to film. I almost never leave the house, so I don't know what to do. I would say, what advice would you have, Kimball? Because you went through all this.
Here, I would say, Kimball, what would you have to say? Now see, I'm under pressure. Okay. I mean, you don't need any fancy equipment for sure. I mean, I started with a desk lamp and my phone. And I've only just
And look at us now.
I've only just recently upgraded, so now we're using Rocky's phone.
And a bigger desk lamp.
And a bigger lamp.
It just gets crazy, guys. My advice is to just watch a bunch of other channels and like instead of just watching for the entertainment, is start like thinking about what it is about that video specifically, what elements of it you enjoy, and then you can try to start doing some of those things or like take note of them and make it apply to you.
See, why do you ask me? You have all the answers.
I thought you were going to have something revolutionary, Kimball.
Are you? You obviously don't know me.
Let me see. Maurice says the more you explore, the more people you can reach.
True. But you can also lose people. Because some people really like what you're doing now kind of thing. And if you start trying other things, then they, like Jazza, he started doing a lot of things. And it like started, if you don't know Jazza, he's an artist on YouTube. And people started like losing interest because it was like, what's he gonna do this week?
Because it was all like
it was
like trying to catch your attention and like join a trend or stuff like that. So it was just like
right, and it was like a lot of different things. It was like from character design to ceramics to I don't know, paint pouring to I don't know, just random sculpting. It was just so random. And then I mean he obviously brought it up and he was like, yeah, I realized like I've just been going a little crazy lately. So he reeled it in and kind of focused things. Because obviously people were not responding.
But that's why people do separate channels. Like Kimball the other day was like, hey, you could just... Because during the holidays, basically, on our other channel, I don't know how to catch up 4 weeks of videos before we go.
Yeah.
And so Kimball was like, you could just post some like other videos of just like showing some cities with music. And I was like, but the people who have signed up to watch our channel are there watching us, not pretty footage I film. So it's like that's why typically creators do separate channels and stuff like that, just so that it fits that audience niche and doesn't disappoint people who are like used to a certain thing.
Oh my, it's been 45 minutes.
Oh my god.
I need to color the hands at the top. Forgot about that because skin is scary.
Christine says your personalities drive the show and we're along for the ride.
Well, that's good.
That's very sweet. Mainly Kimball's personality though.
Well, I didn't want to say, but I thought it was pretty obvious.
Maurice likes the word foibles. Foilables.
It's a word we're all going to start using.
Eric says, Kimball, what is ugly? Everything has some of beauty.
Well, I don't know.
What is ugly? Baby, don't hurt me.
I mean, I'm not the one who said it.
That's true. What is ugly? That's a good point.
Because, I mean, some things that I don't like the look of, other people absolutely love.
In the same respect, what is beauty?
My face.
I mean, we can all agree.
My hands.
Joseph says, Boise Boy takes art world by storm.
If only.
One of the most famous comic book artists is from Boise.
Well, rising star for sure.
In my eyes, anyway.
Okay, that's, yeah. Joelle Jones. Dear childhood friend, current friend.
She's amazing.
She is.
I'm sure I've told the story before, but we went to her house once and she just had like buckets full of old drawings she was throwing away. And Kimmel and I were like, oh, hell no.
They're like, we will help you with that. Just call me a dumpster.
How many? There must have been thousands of drawings.
Oh, yeah.
Insane.
But she's like, I need more room. So I'm throwing it all away unless you want it. And I was like, thanks. There were other people involved too.
Robin says, I find the best channels, at least to me, are not about bells and whistles. They're about relatable personalities.
Yeah, that too. Like, even if I love somebody's content, I might be like, not quite clicking with the personality. Which is kind of a bummer sometimes, but these things happen.
It's just funny because my actual work in like professional fields is like very polished and very like high end, like use very nice cameras, all the bells and whistles. And then when it came to doing a channel, I was like, I just can't do that. Like, I will just feel like I'm at work if I'm using all that same stuff. So I literally, in order to do the channel, I have to use my phone.
Yeah. Well,
so it's like part of me
too.
when I watch our videos is like, oh, I really wish the quality looked like better. But at the same time, I'm like, I don't really think people care. I don't even know that a lot of people notice, to be honest with you, in today's day and age.
Yeah.
Especially on YouTube. Robin, sorry, I'm trying to figure out where I'm at.
You're here with me.
First of all, SK put the little emoji of the kitty popping out of the box, which I love. That's got to be one of my favorite ones. And then Robin says, we need more channels that comfort us. We don't get that anywhere else in media.
Yeah.
I think that's why I love YouTube so much.
Yeah. I mean, especially when the big, lockdown started. I definitely wanted to find something that was cozy and comfortable and not the news.
Oh my God, for sure. Eric asks, should I make a channel on how to crochet underwear? I would.
Why not?
You could literally do a live stream every week of you like knitting underwear and people would totally watch.
Yeah, just sit down and chat.
I would watch a channel of just Eric getting dressed. Have you seen his awesome outfits?
Yes.
Robin says, I don't want to compare the Boise Boys as an old comforter, but they kind of are.
Oh.
Wait, is that like Boise Boys, the show on HGTV?
I'm assuming.
Lori says, honestly, I'm not too concerned about views so much, just following my journeys and mostly just doing it for fun.
That's how it all starts. And then you start looking at those numbers, those analytics.
YouTube's weird. YouTube is so strange, you guys.
Yeah.
I can't figure it out. I've like analyzed, because I analyze like data also in my job for a living, and I can't figure out YouTube.
All right, let's work on those horns. Oh my God, this is gonna be rough, people.
But I'll say one thing. Like, the more you obsess about it, the less you're going to achieve. Like, I feel like you just have to let go and let YouTube. Because like I don't know, I can't figure it out. Videos I think that are like total stinkers or like, oh, I'm not really proud of that one, are the ones that do the best. And it's the same thing whenever I write music. I'm like, oh, this is a throwaway song, and then that's the song everyone likes. I'm like, why can't everyone have the same taste as me? Okay.
Yeah.
I don't know how do you feel that way with art?
Yeah, a lot of pieces that either I just do to like get get the art out of my system. Sometimes I feel like, you know how cats just randomly like freak out and run around the room?
Yeah. Yeah.
I feel like sometimes that's how I am with my art. Like I just need to get it out. Like
I wish it was that frantic looking for you doing the art.
like pent
Like
up.
a cat running around.
Yeah, so I don't know. I lost my train of thought because I'm streaking right now.
You're streaking. Well, it's better to streak here than in the toilet or in your underwear.
That's true.
Where are we at? Maurice says Boise Boys art. It's more like a roller coaster than just a... Wow, there's a lot of comments coming in, you guys. I'm so appreciative everyone's talking.
Did I mix up my colors? Oh, I'm so annoyed.
Oh my god.
I knew it looked weird.
Well, that's fine.
Is
it was
though?
meant to be that way.
Is it? I reversed them.
Joseph says, Rocky and Kimmy, your highest talents are being you. You being you.
You saying I suck at drawing?
Thanks, Joseph. I think that's a really
Yes.
lovely sentiment. I think that everyone's
you,
best
actually.
attribute is being themselves. As
Yeah,
long as they're not being a dick.
for sure.
Robin says, yes, Eric, you can crochet it live on a nude model. I'd watch that for sure. I'm not volunteering. Got to keep something secret. Eric says, me seeing get dressed 90% of the time. I don't wear clothing, Rocky. Well, I can relate.
That's true. Rocky's like naked all the time.
He came in the other day. He's like, why are you sitting in your underwear? It's winter time.
Yeah, these things happen.
See, I need to take the plunge and do it, says Lori. Yes.
Look, I need to redo. Let me just put these over here because it looks like this one looks like it should be lighter than that.
The other interesting thing I find about things like YouTube and social media, if you're being authentically yourself, is you start attracting people who are interested in who you actually are. And I think that's a lot harder to do, like, in the area you live, because, like, everyone's, like, true personality is, like, quite nuanced. And so when you open it up to a global community, you reach all these people that you wouldn't reach otherwise. And, like...
True.
Most of the people around us, like, they would watch our channel and they'd be like, I don't give a shit. Like,
Yeah.
you know what I mean? Like, all of our...
Your mom.
I don't, whoever.
I'm kidding.
Elizabeth says, what book is this from?
I will show you as soon as I'm done with the horns.
He's doing horns right now, Elizabeth.
I'm too... Oh, see, I started talking, now I'm coloring over blue lines.
Oh my god, way to get... That's your fault, Elizabeth.
Yeah.
That was you.
Lizzie, honey,
That
keep
was you. Just kidding. Robin says, Rocky, don't confuse your job and your side project. Your job is marketing product. You don't want to do that in your lives. It would cheapen them. Well, no, mainly, I'm not really being clear about it, but I think the quality of, like, how I want the channel to look would be, like, a higher end, more polished look, like the actual quality of the video. But with that comes so many things. One is the time exporting the footage to my computer would be so much longer.
Yeah.
The amount of data it takes and how many hard drives I would need would be so much more, and the time editing would be so much longer because the footage takes longer to process as you're editing. So it's just like, if I want to do the channel, I have to make it sustainable, and that's really the priority. So I don't know. You know, we'll see what happens. But I think Kimball and I will eventually do a few more like aesthetic looking vlogs or things that, because we enjoy watching those, and I think doing like them once every quarter or something would be fun to do, like every season. Just something with really pretty, like using a really good camera, really pretty shots, like soothing, more relaxing. And then people would get to the videos and be like, what the hell is this?
These two middle colors I keep mixing up. That one's lighter, this one's darker. The caps are off. This book is it showing up? Is Dark Zodiac horror coloring book for adults. Do-do-do.
Oh, I thought you said horror. I was like, wait, what?
Mm-mm.
Like, it was like a horror coloring book?
I don't know what black version is. There's a black and
It's
white
because it has
version.
black pages.
But there was also white, and like it was still black. So I don't know if it was just
Oh.
a mess up or what. I don't know. Doesn't matter.
Robin says, Rocky, you need a pair of faux fur undies for the winter. And then Eric says, that's a great idea. Eric says, I don't think YouTube wants a nude model. Probably not. I mean, I think the audience on YouTube does, but I don't think YouTube itself does. You guys, I can't show you, but I got some, like, on Facebook, they're very restrictive on, like, any nudity at all, right? I had some ads pop up in my feed that
Oh my God.
clearly no one at YouTube or at Facebook and Meta had like reviewed, because it was literally a woman holding
Junk of
like
a man.
guy's junk. I was like, oh. And like normally I'm not shocked when I see that, because whatever, like go on Twitter and it's all that's there. But like
it just depends on the place that it's at.
Yeah, crazy.
All right,
I was shooketh. It was like seeing something in church. I was like, what?
The horns look so much better there. Those colors look better there. They didn't blend so great here. I tried though, and it doesn't matter. We're done with markers. We're done with
I think that's beautiful.
markers. Yeah, it's very splashy. I mean, it's still wet, so it looks dull. Like the yellow needs to dry.
It doesn't on my screen.
All right, let's bring in some colored pencils. We'll do some touch-ups and then call it a day. Actually, I can use this for...
Elizabeth says, whoops. Okay, Leslie says, Kimball, you haven't done anything that I haven't liked, and have been applied some of your style. Oh, and have even applied some of your styles and tips into my own work. I love the banter between you and your don't ever change.
Oh, thank you. I appreciate that. I'm just looking for some colors. In my colored pencil book.
Maria says, please, chat, do not disturb the honorary work. And then Joseph says, keep it real, keep it simple.
Let's see.
Robin says, where can I see pictures of Eric's wardrobe? Does he have a channel?
Or Instagram, right?
Yes. Eric, can you share your Instagram on here if you can? If you want to. You know, I like telling you what to do with your channel. Eric says, no, Rocky, we just love the grungy look of the videos. There you go. Kimmel and I don't think we'll ever be the people that like get up and like get ready for a video.
That sounds like effort.
I think we're like very lazy when it comes to that. Like I also enjoy seeing people looking disheveled more than I like seeing them like put together, because I feel like, I don't know, there's just so many other places you can see people looking polished. You know what I mean?
True.
And then when you do get like dressed up or like polished up, everyone's like, oh my God, I had no idea. They really clean up.
They clean up real good.
Lori says, your art is always wonderful, Kimball.
Oh, thank you. I do try.
Can you try harder?
I'm just leave me alone.
Robin says, why do they call it junk? To me, it's quality stuff.
Well, I guess junk in the trunk is your booty. We'll just cover that up with white.
Christine says, I agree with Lori. Just beautiful.
Thanks. Don't forget to like, subscribe, and share.
Every time someone says share, I literally picture Cher's, like she pops into my mind's eye.
I always just go, oh, in my head. Which isn't actually Cher, it was Jack, but whatever. Jack McFarlane from Will and Grace.
Lori says, being polished is not my thing, Rocky.
It takes a lot of work.
Shh.
I know, I'm like really concentrating here.
Maria says, snap out of it. Hey, what are you doing this week, by the way?
Me?
Yeah.
What do you mean, what am I doing?
What are you doing?
Living the dream?
Which is what?
My everyday. Just being with you.
Well, what are you going to do while I'm not here? Because I'm going to be gone all week.
Oh, that's the stupidest thing I have ever heard.
I have shoots all week. What are you...
Ugh.
I mean, you can come hang out with me.
No, that's even stupider.
Oh, okay.
That's the stupidest thing I've ever heard.
Kimball won't come to work with me. I tried to, like, bring your husband to work day. He's like, no, not if other people are around.
Well, also, I've been at your work where I had to build cabinets, and that was fun.
But, like, have you ever been in an actual shoot that I've been on? I don't think you have.
No.
That's interesting.
I feel like you're just going to be like, get out of the way. Like, what am I going to do there?
No, I'd be like, Kimball, do this, do that, help with this.
God, see,
do dishes.
Why would I?
You can help Octavia. Come on, get on the dish line, Kimball.
No,
you can like prep all the food. You can start cutting veggies.
Also, where's that
baking?
Where's that paycheck come in?
I'll pay you. In kisses.
No.
I'm sure my work wouldn't mind. Wouldn't it be horrible if people said you don't clean up well? Yes, Joseph, it would be.
It'd also be a little funny.
I also wouldn't care, actually.
I don't know.
I'd be like, suck it!
Well, I wouldn't. But, teach their own.
Robin says, "We got you, babe." Talking about Cher.
I got you, babe.
Lori says, "Hell, I'm 39, don't have any makeup in the house."
Well, I'm gonna be 43, and I don't either.
What day is it today? Oh my God, 3 days until you're 43, Kimball.
I know.
Does it really make a difference?
I'm so mature for my age.
I don't even know what that means. Like, I don't feel any different than I did when I was 18. So.
I know, for real.
Except I just feel like I have more confidence and like less insecurities. So I'm totally down with this age.
It's funny because I have more insecurities, but I'm also like more confident. No, not really. That's a lie.
What insecurities do you have that you didn't have when you were a kid?
Like insurance, health, all those things that as a kid you don't think about it. But then as you get older, you're like, I need health insurance. I need to take care of myself. I need to eat right.
Eric says, I'm 54 and I have makeup in the house.
Well, it's because you know how to use it. I've never put on makeup. And no, that's not true. I have like a couple of times, like for theater and stuff. And wow, that was enough to know that I'm not good at that. I have one page in here that I started like 2 years ago. I think I'll finish it someday. Rocky.
Sorry, what happened? I was reading comments.
I know, you're mumble reading.
Well, someone just Maurice gave you €2. It says makeup money.
Oh, thank you. Are you saying I'm ugly?
You need makeup, Kimball. Okay, that's what Maurice thinks. You need to even out that skin tone.
Okay. I'll get some
Thanks,
color.
Maurice.
Thank you. I'll get some color corrector. Even out my pink cheeks.
Eric says, I have been a drag artist for 20 years, Kimball. I didn't know that.
I didn't either.
That's fun. We need to talk about that more. Robin says, I never had trouble turning the decade marks of 30, 40, 50. It's the ones that bothered me because 31 was on the way to 40, 41 was on the way to 50. You know what? There was a really funny show called Pushing Daisies, and French Stewart was in one of the episodes, and I remember one of his quotes was like, he was saying something, it was like 30, which runs up to 40, which runs up to 50, which runs up to old, right?
That's Molly Shannon on Saturday Night Live, right?
No, it was on Pushing Daisies.
I'm pretty sure Molly Shannon's one that says
No,
it,
it was
though.
French Stewart on Pushing Daisies.
Well, he looks like Molly Shannon then.
Well, I mean, don't tell him.
Or her, I don't know.
Or her, I don't know, yeah. Maurice says, I could even be nail polish. It could even be nail polish.
Oh, I do. Well, I don't wear nail polish often, but I like nail polish. I can polish up my nails pretty.
Robin says, Eric, I did my drag stint in the mid-90s. Kimball, if you did drag, what do you think your drag name would be? Would it be something sassy or something like elegant or...
I don't know, because I like an elegant look and all that, but it doesn't really suit my personality or my actions.
How so?
Because I'm...
What are your...
I'm like goofy and silly. I'm never serious. I'm definitely not elegant.
I have to be something like sassy, because you always have a witty comeback.
Which is funny, because I'm terrible at it.
At what?
Like, thinking up comebacks.
Are you kidding me?
That's not a comeback. I don't do comebacks. I never do. I don't get into arguments like that.
Have you seen our videos?
Yeah, but they're not comebacks. They're just snarky remarks.
Oh my gosh. SK gave you 5 CHFs and said a little birthday slice.
Oh, thank you.
Happy birthday, Kimball. Thank you guys so much. You guys are so kind. Oh my gosh.
Absolutely lovely. Now I'm going to get pastries, coffee, and cake.
All the things that make us healthier as we age.
Well, I'll get them from somewhere healthy. I feel spoiled. I feel rich.
Sorry, I keep forgetting. I'm so sorry. I'm not used to this many comments coming through on the live stream, so I'm so far behind here.
I know y'all really liven it up over here. Thank you.
Which is fab. This is I love when people talk in the comments because it makes it so much more interesting for us anyway.
I mean, it definitely.
I don't know about you guys, but
it makes me want to stay on longer. I know some people it's distracting because they just want to color and have everyone shush it. But I did start this channel during COVID so we could all have someone place to chat and talk to and create together.
my God,
Well,
what a noble thought you had.
the lives is what I started.
The lies.
That's when all the lies started. That's when I started doing the lives, just so like, we could have somewhere to chat, since we couldn't do it in person.
Lori says makeup would just time where I could be doing something more fun for me. Gotcha.
True, although some people, it's very fun for them to do makeup.
Yeah. People have to follow their highest passion, in my opinion.
For me, I think I would be too stressed, like, to try to make it look perfect. Because I see people that wear makeup and I'm like, oh, it like totally cuts off at their like neck and like their neck's a different color. So I would be paranoid about like making those mistakes. I don't know if it's a mistake, but to me it looks like a mistake. And so I would have to like, I don't know, overthink everything.
Sorry, it's just Carrie Senegalia just wrote, your drag name could be Sarsaparilla.
Oh.
Okay, I need to come back to the comment stream. That was like, I was out of order there. I was out of order.
You were out of order, Brewer. Reel it in.
Eric, this is random, but Eric says 20 sex is shorter, 30 is better, 40 is hot, 50 is the best.
All right, calm down.
We're heading towards the best times of our lives, Kimball.
That's good.
Joseph says, I'll be 72 at the end of the month. I find that things get better as I age.
I agree with that. Except for my anxiety and my skin.
Do you feel like our relationship has gotten better over time, or has it just been the same?
No, it's gotten better. I used to have a really hard time, while talking, just being like telling you what was bothering me, or it was hard for me to like. Open up.
Holding things in.
Yeah, I'd always be like, "Give me like 3 days to mull over it and overthink it, and then we can talk about it."
That just seems so ridiculous and funny.
Yeah, now I just tell you and it's over with and move on with life.
How often do we actually have things that were like issues though?
Well, never, because we're way better at communicating now.
Let me see. Maurice says Kimball's drag name is Babina Ross.
Babina Ross.
Babina Ross.
Like Bob Ross?
I guess so. Babina Ross. And then Robin says, I did whiteface, so my drag name changed a bunch of times. It started out as chlorine bleach, and then marshmallow surprise.
Oh.
And finally I settled on Madge Potato. I like Madge. Madge is a good name.
Glorious.
I mean, they're all good names. Where? Oh, Robin is starting to age backwards at 72.
Oh, that's lovely. My parents, stopped aging at, when they hit 60. They just look the same. It's very bizarre.
Like between 60, or, between 40 and 60 is kind of, or maybe 40 and 55, it's kind of hard for me to tell, what age people are. I have a hard time. And then I feel like between 55 and, 70, I'm kind of I can't figure it out.
Yeah, and, some people, my dad worked outside for his job a lot, so his skin aged, but he stayed healthy, and now he looks good, especially for his age. And I'm just so my point was, some people their skin gets weathered because they're working outside or whatever, so they can look older than they really are. Some people stay inside and their skin stays out of the sun, so it stays a little nicer.
I wonder what has the most profound effect on the way we age. Do you think it's
could be your drinking,
level?
smoky,
do you think
stress.
Yeah, I was gonna say, do you think it's stress? Do you think it's happiness? Do you think it's drinking? What do you think it is?
Definitely a combo of everything, but I think stress and all the internal things that can just start freaking out. Because I didn't even start turning gray really until you went on home tour, and that's when my it was obviously a lot more stressful when not having you there.
And then all your little gray flowers popped out.
Yes. And I'm so happy.
Your garden changed.
I'm so happy about that.
Do you not like having gray hair?
I wouldn't mind it. I just wish it was either done and over with. I wish it was a darker gray. But
I wish it was a Kimball gray.
I know, right? If you don't know, my middle name is Gray. My middle name's Kimball.
It's just a little joke between us.
And now all of you.
Elizabeth says, I love your lives.
Thanks.
I really enjoy the chit chat.
Oh, that's good.
So do we. Thank you, Elizabeth. I hope it goes without saying that we just so appreciate everyone here.
That is very true.
I think it can be hard for people to believe. I don't know. Maybe it's not, but I feel like I'm really sassy all the time. So I feel like when I'm I really appreciate you, it might be harder to believe it, but I truly we really appreciate it. And then, what did I miss here?
The point.
Eric says, turn it around. That is 27, darling.
Turn it around.
Lori says, my daughter does beautiful makeup even though she doesn't need it. She loves it.
That's good.
And Eric says, drag name for the boys, the sassy teabags. And then my drag name was Miss BB Dangerous. Oh, that's cute. BB Dangerous. BB.
Oh my God.
Reminds me of BB Glazer.
It reminds me of that movie with Christy Swanson where she was like diet and had a robot put inside of her or something, and she's always like BB, and then she like threw the basketball at the old lady. Oh my God, it was like the Petrelli mom from Goonies.
Oh, was it?
I think so. She throws the basketball at her and her head explodes.
Oh my God.
I know.
That poor lady.
I know. But she was horrible. She didn't deserve that, but she was horrible.
Joseph says, Kumquat May would have been a great drag name. And then Robin says, you know you're old when you find your first gray hair. You know you're really old when you find your first white pubic hair. Yikes!
Uh-oh.
It takes longer to travel.
Are you saying I'm really old?
Do you have one?
Just the one, darling.
I haven't looked that close.
I'm gonna turn the lights off.
Julie's like, made it. Looks like you're nearly finished. You made it just in time for the pubic hair talk. Good job,
Oh
Julie.
my God. Yeah, we're
just in time.
We're getting there. We're trying to just smooth things out a bit with some colored pencils. And add a little color.
Maury says, this is the pubic hair segment. If you had chapters in your video, you could just be like, Chapter 8, pubic
Pubes.
hair. Put a timer on it. Let's discuss pubes for 1 minute. Go.
Oh my God. You're still talking about them.
Sorry. I just want to say pubes a lot so it catches the SEO and YouTube's search algorithm.
Pubes.
People are looking up like information about pubes and they'll find your art video and be like, what is this?
The hair down there.
Eric says BB stands for Bianca, Isabel, Barbara, and Iris, just like Royals more names.
No.
I didn't know BB was short for Bianca. That's fun.
Had no idea, and it doesn't make sense to me, but I'll go with it.
BB, Bianca. BB. Julie says nothing like a pube discussion.
Conversations that make you go,
I bet a few people would be like, I would love to have a Netflix show of you and Kimball. And I'm like, I don't even know what that would look like.
Oh my God.
I don't even know what it would be rated. People, can you imagine like just having like you suddenly get pushed out to all these people who like don't know about you and they're like, what the hell is this?
Oh my God, I saw this thing and it was like the YouTube stars of now and like the most famous influencers. I didn't know a single one. I was like, oh my God.
I know there's one that's very famous called Mr. Beast. Because I saw his like candy bars at a gas station and I was like, who the hell is this?
Well, wasn't he like one of the first YouTubers? He's like the most
know.
popular YouTuber or something?
He's one of the most like influential ones now because his videos get like millions of like crazy amounts of views. But I mean, also the content he's making is like nothing I'm interested in. So
yeah.
But I mean, good for him. It's like very shock value stuff or stuff that would make you go like, what?
Oh, that's definitely not me. Yeah, well.
Robin wants to know, I wonder if anyone dyes their pubic hair. Which is worse, dyeing or shaving?
I don't know. I do like a clean look. Maybe not full on.
I just don't like when it's like little like
stubbles.
Cactus patch.
Well, that's why you got to laser or rip it out.
Ew, I'm not plucking. I don't think I've ever plucked down there. I'm not doing that.
I wouldn't ask you to. That's something so painful.
Kim and I are getting to the age where we have to like start, trimming each other's ear hair. It's going to be a fun transition.
Yay.
Eric says, well, first of all, Maury says, beep, beep, toot, toot.
Freak out.
And then Eric says, every letter is one name together, makes that BB, and don't eat Mr. Beast. His chocolate is yuck.
Oh, I believe it. Okay.
I mean, we don't really eat candy bars to begin with, I guess.
Actually, yeah, I was just telling you, actually, like the other day, I was like, I don't actually remember the last time I bought an actual candy bar.
I think if because Kimball and I have a list of ingredients we're trying not to have in our diets, and I'm pretty sure that there would not be a single candy bar in the candy bar aisle that would have a clean ingredient list.
Yeah.
Marie says, trimmed is better than shaven. I agree.
Yeah.
I like to have some kind of resemblance that we're humans.
Yeah,
I feel like when I like the idea of fully shaved, but then I'm also like, are we aliens?
It just feels cleaner. I mean, I don't know, but it looks like it would feel cleaner.
John says hello from NYC, and he's probably like, what the hell did I just come into?
Oh, we're just talking about shaving our pubes. As one does. I love how like they used to keep this channel like super PG, and I'm like, whatever. I just try to keep swearing out of it.
What the shit? Eric says the best chocolate is from Belgium, period.
What's your favorite chocolate there? Like, is it from a store? Like a... You know,
I thought all the chocolate in Belgium and the Netherlands was stunning, but yeah, Belgium to me definitely won.
I mean, I love chocolate, so...
I love lamb.
Basically. I'm not opposed really to any chocolate. Except, no, that's not true. Like, Hershey's chocolate in the US I don't like. Especially now that I've had, like, good chocolate. Because they have that thing that tastes like the vomit, like the acid.
Oh yeah,
weird.
Like the Hershey stuff.
Yeah.
So weird.
I don't know how that became like I love the taste of that.
Well, that's like urine being in perfume.
Mm-hmm.
Yum yum.
Or musk. No, thank you. Well, that conversation died.
Well, Eric says on time, colored my pubes green, lol. Marie says Godiva. Robin says, of course, one can always buy a Merkin. And then SK says Swiss chocolate is on par with Belgian. Oh, the battle begins. You guys can take it over in Thunderdome. Eva May Karen says, Karain says, I wear my gray hair with pride. I'll turn 54 in November, and I'm really okay with gray. Some people never get to grow older, so I'm grateful. Oh, love your colors though.
Thank you.
Love from Amsterdam.
Oh, much love. I enjoyed Amsterdam a great deal.
Oh my gosh, Amsterdam was fascinating in so many ways because we're like, how do we feel about it? Like, it's so different than in so many other cities. And then we were like, some days there was like trash everywhere and like people were kind of weird and rude. And then like on the other days, everyone was really nice. And I think a lot of it was dictated by how the tourists were.
Right. And I think for me personally, I built it up as this huge fantasy as a kid because I've always wanted to go there. And so I built it up as like a fantasy land. And then the reality was like I got yelled at by like a lady in the window because I was lost. And so I was like just looking for directions. She's like, no, camera. And I was like, oh my God, I wasn't. And I wouldn't. Oh my God. And that was like the very first day. So that kind of set the mood. I was like, oh no. But I got over it pretty quick.
It was a beautiful city.
Yeah, it really is.
I just feel bad about all the locals there having to deal with like the trash issues because there was just trash everywhere.
Yeah, which I think they were on strike while we were there actually. Which I mean, just having that many tourists come through and having us trash people on strike or whatever was happening, like disaster. I feel if I lived there though, I don't know if I'd want to live right in the heart of the city. I would live probably more like that by the huge park that we walked through, the Wunder Park.
Carrie says, signing important papers at the bank, and one of Andrew's chest hairs landed on the paper we had to sign. It looked like a pubic hair. I could barely restrain from laughing.
Oh my God.
Joseph says, oh no, a pube in the chocolate.
Ew.
And then Marie says, the milk in the Swiss chocolate is better, but I prefer Belgian chocolate.
Oh my gosh.
And then Eric says, Newhouse is the best chocolate chain. Don't come for us. Swiss, this is war. Swiss will stay neutral unless it comes to chocolate. And then SK put like a smiley face with like the nervous sweat symbol on it. And then Lori says, even me exactly. I'm just happy to have made it to 30 after what my 20s did. Oh. Robin says, chocolate or cheese? What's your pick?
Oh, God, I love them.
Why would you do this to us, Robin? Why would you make us pick? Can we have chocolate cheese?
Well, it depends on what's happening because I think I could eat more cheese in one sitting. But I mean, I'm willing to try either way.
I would say I'd probably have to go with cheese just because there's less sugar in it typically. But I like them both. Maurice says Harlem is Amsterdam if you wash it on high setting. Oh my God, that's hilarious. Eric says Toadstool, we have chocolate cheese here.
I was gonna say I think I've seen chocolate cheese. I've never tried it though.
Marie says Vondelpark is crazy expensive. It's like Holland Park in London.
See, that's why I want to live there. I always want to live in the places I know I can't afford.
It's just they're always so nice. They're always like next to a beautiful park. There's always cute shops. Like the people are always like, looking good.
I know. I love areas where I see people working out because, like, if people are like, not necessarily in a park, but like in a neighborhood, because I feel like if people are exercising, then they want to take care of themselves, which makes me think they want to take care of their property and their homes and whatnot. True or not, I don't know, but that's kind of the vibe
What's
I
in your
always.
head?
But like that's what I always see though. Like when we lived in Northwest Portland, like a lot of people exercise there.
They could be serial killers.
Well, as long as they're taking care of their bodies in their yards.
As long as their property looks good. Eric says it's cream cheese with chocolate taste. Dude, that's fun.
Cream cheese with yum. I'd eat it.
Trisha says, I love Belgium and Swiss chocolate, but Cadbury's dairy milk is the best.
I do love I think Cadbury is my favorite.
Like store chocolate?
Yeah, chocolate I can just get easily. Oh, that's not the right color, but I think I'm going to work with it.
Trisha says, it would have to be cheese. And then Maurice says, cheese is better. The dairy has the C15 in it. What is C15?
Well, that's a thing that's in some cheese.
Oh my God. Eric says, don't need a park. I have a beach 100 meters from my house.
Well, I'm not a beach person, though.
I don't know if I am.
I'm not a beach person in the sense that I want to lay out in the sun.
I kind of do. I think as I get older, I more like want to.
I don't know if I want to do that on the beach, though.
All right, I don't really care where it is. Like, just anywhere.
I think a high-rise...
Kimmel does not want people looking at him.
One of those
Don't look at it.
infinity pools. That's more my jam. I think I'm nearing the end. I don't really know where else to go with
Eve
this.
says, nope, no strike. Just poor people collecting the cans with deposit, and then they rip open the trash cans.
That's
very,
what it
very
was.
annoying.
Yeah.
Also, the birds were tearing open the bags, too. We noticed because all the trash bags in Amsterdam on trash day in whatever neighborhood you're in get set out.
Yeah.
And we noticed a bunch of like giant birds were pecking open the bags and like throwing the trash everywhere. And then the wind was really high, so it was blowing it everywhere. So you'd have one set of trash people coming to collect the most of it, and then another crew would come up behind them and be sweeping up
all the little
street
bits
afterwards.
Yeah.
I felt so bad for everyone.
I mean, at the same time, at least they have a job.
Yeah, no, totally. It was so bizarre. I was like, surely there's a better way. But
yes, I totally forgot. Somebody did tell me that it was people pulling out the recycling and just dumping everything on the ground.
Yeah.
Which is awful.
What do I miss here? Oh, Marie says there is a special area in Vondel Park for our team.
Get-togethers.
Kimball, have you ever been to a cruising spa before?
Yes, but I didn't know it. That was fun.
Kimball and I got together too young to have like a seedy like any kind of experience or like any kind of like exciting experiences like that.
I mean, we did that thing out on that helipad out in the military base. That was fun.
Making love in the desert isn't really that crazy.
It was a military base. There's a difference. And then I was like, oh God, what if it's like, I didn't even think about it.
That's like where people go out shooting, by the way. I don't know why we went out there.
Well,
Can you imagine, like, we're in Idaho, gay couple. We go out to, like, where all the, like, straight guys come out to shoot.
Well.
Let's make love here.
That's fun.
What were we thinking?
I wasn't. I was thinking this feels good.
C15 is saturated fat that is super healthy for your cell walls.
Oh, I could use more of that.
Maurice says, seagulls over here open up the big plastic trash bins to get to the food. And then Eric says, I never go to the beach just to lie there, Kimball.
Well, I ain't going to the beach for any other reason.
You can look.
Yeah, I don't know. I'd feel too much of a creeper if I just went to a beach, like especially if it was a nude beach and I was just like looking at people.
I wouldn't.
Okay.
I'd be like, whatever.
Yeah, but you'd also probably be nude, so.
Eric says making love is on time. Shooting Rocky. What? What's happening?
I mean, are we gonna get talking about shooting? I feel like they need some nail polish, but it's gonna be like dark blue.
Oh my God! It's like high school when you use the whiteout. Remember that?
Well, I used my colored pencils. Like I used to color my nails like that, like all the time. I had metallic colored pencils, so I would do like metallic silver and blue and stuff.
If you were gonna paint your nails like a color and you had to choose one color, they would always be. What would it be?
If they always.
Yeah. I mean, you can either have them like not colored or colored, but when they're colored, they have to be that color.
Oh, okay. So I was gonna say otherwise I want like an American manicure, because then it goes with everything.
What is an American manicure?
Well, like
And what's so American about it?
well, a French manicure is like white tips, and it
Yeah.
just looks like really clean nails, but that's like too formal for me. So
Okay.
American is like a cream tip, like more like the color of your nails.
Oh, okay.
And if that's not right, then I was lied to, and I don't really care about it.
Marie says, mother of pearl, of course.
That would be pretty, actually. I'm not gonna lie.
Eve says, yes, those birds! That's why there are also underground trash containers outside the city center. It's the best, as long as people don't dump their bag into it. It will get the birds and rats coming. I thought that was fascinating because we saw them emptying the trash in Amsterdam, and this tractor would come by and lift this thing out of the ground that was a giant trash receptacle, and I was like, that's so intelligent.
It was interesting to watch. I weirdly enjoyed it.
Robin says, don't sit on a park bench with your bag lunch here in New York City. The brazen squirrels will crawl in and raid your lunch if you look 1 second in the wrong direction.
That is true. I was dying when we were at the park across from Italy by the Flatiron. I think that's where it was.
Madison Square Park?
I don't know. It was one of them.
Maybe? Yeah, I was filming a squirrel that was getting ready to take this lady's food
It
twice.
was so funny.
I wasn't saying anything. I was like, let nature take its course.
That's right.
There was at the place we were in the video that'll come out next week. There are these hawks here called red kites, and they had signs everywhere saying that don't leave your food out because the red kites might come down and take your food. And I was like,
Rocky's like, I need some food to leave out.
yeah, I was like, where's my food? I need to I want to see one up close so bad.
Just Google it.
No, I want to see. It's different seeing a picture. I want to see one in real life. I want one to be my friend, and it talks to me and becomes my familiar, Kimball. Okay, is that so much to ask?
That isn't. Speaking of, it loved Agatha all along. Oh my god, and loving Murders in the Building season 3
and 4
or 4. Sorry, yeah, we
that
finished.
show
3.
is so beautiful. Like the writing in it. Oh my gosh, I did not think I was gonna like it at all when we tried to watch it the first time.
Why?
Because we watched one episode and we're like, I don't know, the characters, are they really that likable?
I mean, I liked it, but I could tell that you were hesitant, so
it
I
was
was
my
waiting.
fault, got it.
Well, no, I was just waiting to watch it, waiting for you to come around, sweetie.
Waiting for the right moment.
Let's see.
Eric always wears nail polish. Favorite colors: black, metallic blue, and fluo green.
Ooh, that sounds fancy. I'm just coloring some random dots in the background.
I love that for him. So, how do you feel like it's turning out?
I mean, I like it. Don't love it only because I wanted some more contrast, but
How do you guys feel about it?
I can definitely keep working on it.
Maurice says, "Are you watching Agatha all along?"
Oh my god, yes.
Anything with Catherine Hahn? By the way, so we watched the episode the week before last, and there was an episode where they were in like some '60s recording room, and Catherine Hahn turned around to camera and she was all dressed up in her hippie gear, and I was like, why does she look like Adina Monsoon from Ab Fabs? Like, she looks exactly like her. The next morning, in my Facebook feed, I get this thing that's talking about like the old Ab Fab spin-offs that never happened, and it was starring Catherine Hahn as Adina. I was like, what? My phone is definitely listening to me.
Obviously.
Like, I didn't search anything. Like, it just, after I said it to Kimball, it popped up in my feed the next morning. I thought that was really bizarre.
It was quite bizarre.
Like, that's way too much of a coincidence. I'm sorry.
And then we watched some of it, and I was like, I can see why it didn't get picked up.
I'm so glad it didn't get picked up.
They really picked the wrong person for Patsy. Because Patsy's like an aging ex-model, basically.
But also, like, there's just something about, like, the idea of Adina and Patsy as an American is just annoying to me. I'm like, no.
Yeah. Americans
They
can
have to
be
be British, otherwise they're not lovable. I don't know why.
It's that British charm.
Marie says Ab Fab is coming back. Is it?
Oh my, don't toy with me.
Are you kidding?
Do not toy with me.
When is it coming back?
No, they're just putting the reruns on the TV. I'd still watch it.
Marie says Agatha All Along is a Disney series.
Yes, it is. And I'm loving it.
Eric saw Agatha who?
Also, I read comic books, so.
Robin says, why do we think this boy is crying black tears? Did he lose his nail polish?
You know, I'm really hoping that those are black tears and not like blood gushing out of his eyes or something. Because it's like a dark kind of horror-ish.
It looks like he murdered someone and like is sinking into the dark side of Purple Flame.
You know, she looks pretty evil, and there's blood splats. But
Elizabeth says, I like it. I'm coloring a page currently, and I have the Ohuhus that are the fine and broad tips. It's not turning out because the inks are so odd, as well as the skin.
I'm using brush tip and broad. Debating if I want to do like a white line around him.
Robin says, maybe it says mascara running. Eric says, AbFab must be British. I agree. And then John says, yes, coming back. Oh my god, I'm so excited to know this.
Me too.
I think that has to be one of my favorite shows. It's funny how a lot of our favorite shows are actually British shows.
Yeah.
Have you noticed this? Like Miranda, AbFab, Vicar of Dibley, like all the British shows, really.
I wouldn't say all the British shows.
Not all of them, but like Spaced, IT Crowd, like
God,
all those shows
Spaced.
are so brilliant. I don't know why. They just like, their humor definitely appeals to me.
Also, it is strange because like I'm so used to like, 20 seasons with 20 episodes per season, like back to back every year, and here it's like you get 6 to 8 episodes, and then we'll come back in like 5 years and do another 5 episodes, and so it leaves you wanting more, but they don't overstay their welcome,
Maurice says they are filming a reunion. Oh my god, how fun! I'm so excited. I feel so bad that June passed away. Elizabeth says pinks, not links. Oh, pinks, got it. In our colors that weren't working. Eve says yes. I think it's mascara running. I've been there after a breakout.
Okay. And then what's the story with the hands up above? What are they all about?
Maybe they're trying to save him from hell. He just had a cry because he wore too much black eyeliner. That's Maurice. And then John says, AbFab is the best. And Eve says, such a steady hand, Kimball. Chapeau.
Well, I'm working on a steady, because like right now I've had coffee and...
You guys, Kimball had like one thing of regular coffee, non-decaf left, so he started drinking it this week to get rid of it.
Oh, I tell you.
I came down in the kitchen, he's like, I'm hype! He's like, got jazz hands going. I was like, I should have filmed a vlog today.
I gotta get through this. Gotta make it through.
Eric says he says simple, the Americans have no humor. That's why the Brits are better.
Well,
Don't come at us, Eric.
I wouldn't go that far, okay? Will and Grace makes me laugh quite a bit.
Oh yeah, there's a lot of great American shows.
Oh my god, Golden Girls. I don't know about I don't know about recent shows though. I don't really watch. Well, I don't watch TV, especially on American TV. But
yeah, I don't know what is funny.
What is funny?
I think also it doesn't even matter. Like I think it's just those characters of AbFab are so iconic. Well, it's just really hard to emulate. Like I think when it comes to The Office and stuff like that, I think it's all about the casting, because I think both of the shows did a good job. Like whether it was.
But I definitely prefer the U.S. version.
But then you have like Queer as Folk as well. Like
definitely preferred the U.S. version.
Yeah, like I liked the British version, but for whatever reason I think.
I feel like it went too hard.
I think it's just because I liked the casting of the American one better. Like I really liked Hal Sparks and like Gail Harold and Michelle Clooney. Like all those actors were really good, and I enjoyed them a lot.
Yeah.
Sharon Gless was in it. I'm like, wait, come on.
I think that's one of the reasons my mom loved it too, is because she likes Sharon Gless.
Cagney and Lacey.
That's right.
Anyway.
I like Seinfeld. I'm trying to think of like American shows that I like, but they're all older.
Maurice says, those steady hands. Rocky's such a lucky guy. And then Maurice says, Karen Walker for president.
Oh my god.
I love the live episodes they did of Will and Grace, where they always try to like write ridiculous things to make the actors laugh. And like,
that's not good. Sorry.
Megan Mullally was always the one to like hold her stuff together while everyone else was laughing.
Oh my god.
And she always had the hardest things to not laugh at.
Deborah Messing like laughed all the time. It was hilarious. Good times. It's funny because like I liked Seinfeld. I didn't like Seinfeld until Elaine showed up. I definitely like Elaine.
Wasn't she in the first episode? Oh.
I think she was supposed to be like a one-time or like a short kind of character. I don't know how often she was going to be in it, but they're like, and she's in it for good. And thank God, because if not, I wouldn't have watched it.
Leslie says the hands are making sure his horns run straight.
That makes sense. You should see me in the ground.
And then Robin says, Kimball, I'm not complaining, but you're past an hour and a half today. We love it.
Oh, well, speaking of which, Rocky has to get to work.
That's, oh my God.
So...
I mean, I took a 2.5-hour nap. I don't need to sleep tonight. Elizabeth says, I love Tuesday's show from MGM right now. It's a spooky mystery show, so you have to probably be into that kind of show to enjoy it. And then John says, Shameless is another U.S. better. And then Maurice says, Megan is such a good actress. And then Eve says, what about Modern Family? And then Eric says, what is funny, Rocky and Kimball argue together? And then Marie says, and her husband is amazing. Nick Offerman is the best.
Oh, yeah.
I mean, can you imagine if someone tried to do like the Rocky and Kimball channel in a different country?
Who would play you? Who would play me?
Who? Oh my God. Let us know. Am I bringing the camera down or what's happening? You just going to keep fussing with it?
Well, yeah. Yeah, you can bring the camera down.
Let me just take your seasick pills, guys.
I'm adding some interest.
Whoa, I almost hit you with that.
You did. I felt it. I felt a whoosh next to my hair.
And pop the pop socket. Kimball.
Yes, my love.
$13.49 from lovely people who love you. Let me see the tears.
I feel rich.
Let me see
we
the
can't
tears.
do that.
Okay.
We can't do that. That's... If I start thinking about it too much, I get a little verklempt. All right. We did this. It's fun.
Let's see. Look at that. It's so good. I love that.
Just set that aside. I feel like... I don't know. I like it, but I don't love it. I'll figure it out, though.
Kimball, another one for the fridge.
Or it's just going to stay in this coloring book, which is this one if you hadn't seen it. So that's that. I feel like... oh, yes. Next week, bear with.
Did you see Julia's show, Old Christine? Loved it. I had the hots for the guy who played her brother. Obviously, didn't we all?
Yes, I like that. Next week, I've had some people request we do some artwork like this. So... We'll be doing that.
Wait, go back and forth here.
We'll be doing that next week.
Cute.
They're inspired by some little stickers that I got. They're very cute. They look like graffiti. So I'll pick a sticker. We'll replicate it. That's not what I want to do. We'll do our own version of it.
Eric says $13 for new pants.
I mean, if
you could buy a lot of pairs of pants for that.
If I go to the right store, I can get like 5 pair.
Everyone says they enjoy it, basically.
Well, that's good. Thanks, guys.
And then SK says, good night, you guys. Have fun. Just took my melatonin. Need to go to bed. The work week is looming. Oh, my God. I know, right?
Oh, see, when you... At first, it was like, oh, cozy. And then work week. It's like, ew, gross. Are you there, like, Monday through Friday or, like...
No. I'm there Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday.
That's fine, I guess.
Thanks for joining, guys. This was so much fun. Thanks for chatting with us in the comments. I did my best to read them. I wish I could like capture all the accents and like dialects perfectly, but
there was that one time you just made it up for
I just
everybody.
didn't study voice acting long enough, so
6 months is plenty.
Yeah.
You really? Why did you study Australian accent of all the
I don't
accents?
know. I just figured that was like my best shot. Okay.
It's not many parts in Hollywood are asking for you to play an Australian.
Well, have you seen all the Marvel movies? I could have been one of the Chris's.
That have a British accent.
Oh, well, whatever. Okay, well, moving on.
One of the Chris's.
Chris, what's his name, is from Australia.
Hemsworth. Has a British accent in the Marvel movies. Thor. Which doesn't make sense, because Thor is Nordic. Right?
We don't question it. It's fine. Moving on.
It all makes
sense. That's not what
sense.
this channel's about.
It all makes sense if you don't think about it.
Someone said goodbye to the prettiest hands in the UK or something like that. I can't see because the comments are flashing by. And, yeah, anyway... Have a great week, you guys. Thanks for chatting and making it lively.
Thanks for hanging out.
Oh, Mike's here. He get
all the emojis.
Mike, one day we're gonna chat.
Wait, how to do that one's hard. I'm making a heart.
All right. Bye, you guys.
Bye, you guys. Oh, wait. Thank you. I love the colors too. Also, love the blue hair. Right? I should show the picture of Rocky with blue hair.
What is happening?
Oh, okay. I'm gonna hit the button now. Okay. Bye, you guys. Okay. It's been fun.